So has anyone got any questions?
Good. Good. Uh-oh.
Huh?
Think about no.
That looks perfect, Amber.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Getting there. My term is wishful thinking.
Yeah.
I'm not going to claim it anytime soon.
Yeah, well, let's see. When are you expecting the results of the MRI?
I get the MRI on Friday.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping the report that evening or Monday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What was the cause of the injury?
I hope.
I think it was a fall she had in Kentucky at the house, not on the wall.
Oh, wow.
And then it was
It was
potentially
killed for her.
and then potentially exacerbated on a subsequent climb or climbs.
Right.
I think fall is kind of quite a light term to use.
Oh, yeah,
for this. I think skydive is more appropriate, actually.
Yeah, it was a hell of a fall, wasn't it, Amber?
What?
It was a hell of a fall, wasn't it?
It was, holy cow, what from my perspective, fast. I couldn't see, I didn't know what was happening.
Right.
Could you see?
No, I was in the house with Chelsea. I was ahead of you.
Oh, so you did not either. Poor Patrick.
Yeah, it was Patrick and Mike on it.
Yeah. It was nuts. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a fall of, I would say, approximately 12 to 15 feet onto concrete.
No way. Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know?
I am lucky.
Absolutely zero mitigating factors. It was just a straight fall like that. I couldn't believe it because when it came out that Amber was on the floor. I couldn't believe it that there were no open fractures. Recording all of this now in case I incriminate myself.
And then she went climbing.
Yeah, and we couldn't find anything wrong. Almost no.
Yeah, I was okay.
Amber's made of proper strong stuff, by the way.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, incredible.
I thought okay, then I really got my knee, but I think I was okay till I began twisting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Oh well.
We might as well get started in the absence of TJ or otherwise. As you know, it's rolling tonight. And I wanted to start with an internal rotation drill. For things I won't necessarily go into, not least because there's zero excitement within them. I'm not in my gym, I'm in the kitchen at the moment. That could be resolved later in the day. However, we will improvise, adapt, and overcome. Yes, we can see that leg. Excellent. So what is a common failing just right across the Western world, and all of the common failings of the Western movement lifestyle unfortunately going to be accentuated amongst anyone who's got neurological compromise, because it mostly just stems from a combination of sitting down too much, and then the absence of the expansive movement lifestyle that we're built for. And one of the classic things we lose is internal rotation. Most often, the presentation you'll see of this is people presenting externally rotated. So question, are they too externally rotated or have they lost internal rotation? Answer's probably yes. There are few movements where you actually progress into internal rotation maximally. So it is something which, if you start to lose, there are very few natural ways in which you'll regain it. One of them, as you know, is 1990 sitting, because the back leg in the 1990 position is going to be internally rotated at the hip. So somewhat close to maximally if you're fully relaxed into the position. And if you're not, well, you'll probably have gravity trying to assist you that way. So this is the way we're designed to sort of maintain it. You might sort of think, why are we bothered about maintaining it if we don't generally use it within a movement? Well, one of the key things, you don't know where you are seated within a joint if it doesn't have the natural range available to it. Your proprioception in any joint is somewhat reliant upon an authentic range of movement being available. So, without further ado, something that you can do in a functional sense or dynamic sense, maybe even, rather than just 1990 sitting, is you get yourself lying down and then place your foot against the wall so you've got some pressure, and then bring both the arm and the other leg over as if to roll, but you keep that with the foot pressed against the wall and in position. So whereas when you're in the 1990 position, you're rotating the femur within the hip. When you do this, you're rotating the hip around the femur. Does that make sense? Has anyone got any questions on that? I mean, what I'll do is I'll ask one or two of you to do it first, so everybody will see a live example, and I'll talk through any flaws in it, and then we'll open it for everyone to indulge. Unless Crispin, have you anything to add on to that one?
Put your foot on the couch.
You're so you're off mute now.
Yeah. No, nothing to add, Steve. I was just trying it out while you were describing it.
Okie doke. So I'm gonna pick on Kay first. Not because I normally pick on Kay, which I admit I do.
You always pick on Kay.
She's got a suitable wall or sofa in view. That's good.
She doesn't have socks as colorful as yours. I don't know if that'll help her.
But you don't have superhero dad socks. That's really good. Now, the fact that she can touch that other leg down, now you're starting to turn. I don't know if you could feel that, yeah?
Yeah.
So, reset it back to the position near the extreme of your range of movement. And then you just sort of want to hover around there. And if you can move it backwards and forwards to tweak it, without moving that leg, but at that end range.
Yeah, okay.
Now, it can be helpful if you get that, because you showed you could get that foot down. So if you get that foot down, if you can, okay, it's a much better demonstration than I gave. Right. And so now you've got that foot down, that can sort of help you control the movement a little bit, and then try and make the most of flossing that hip joint up. And imagine you can really feel that internal rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. Do you want to have a go and see if you can try it with the other leg?
Yeah.
Want to try and keep a straight leg if you can. That's it. You can see that foot starting to rotate a little.
Yeah, my knee's off on this side. I can't quite get that
Yeah.
one now.
Oh, fair one.
But it's close.
Yeah, well, I mean, the big question is, can you feel it affecting some internal rotation?
Yeah, but definitely more when I'm going this way, but maybe because I can push myself further.
Okay, doke. Well, that's well done on that one. Gary, let's have a look at you, mate. And remember to shift yourself along so you've got contact. The foot's got to have contact, mate, because you need that friction to stop it turning. See if you can just scooch along. That's it. Not bad at all, mate. Not bad at all. Now try to stay a bit closer to the end, towards the end range, and then just stay around there. That's good, mate. That's good. Really good. I tell you what, it's showing competence in the rolling pattern as well, the way you were able to do that. And then see if using that right leg, see if you can just control some small movement backwards and forwards with that hip, or rotating it clockwise, anti-clockwise. Not maybe as much as that, just staying near the end range and just a small amount. That's good. That's good. It's excellent. You can see, well, you can see it getting to an extreme of internal rotation, which a lot of people just don't have. That's great, Gary. Amber, I'd do it on your other side, Gaz.
I think on the one side.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just with the right leg.
Yeah.
Especially while we're recording.
Oh,
Whoa, that's it. That's it. Just get that. Try and keep that foot nice and vertical. That's really good. So, if nobody's got any questions about that, if everyone can just crack on and explore it, although obviously do shout out if you do have any questions, even if it's just as to whether you think you're doing it right or not. You might want to, Linda, if you start a little closer to the wall with your knee bent a little. That's it. And then now lie down with it bent. And then, yeah, there you go. Because you want to ensure you can feel a bit of tension and therefore friction between the socket, your foot and the wall. Obviously, the sock, can be a bit of a slippery interface. Big thing though is if you actually feel that you're testing the limitations of.
I feel a lot, yeah.
Yeah, excellent.
But I feel it more in the upper leg than in the down leg.
That's interesting. It's not entirely unsurprising the way the musculature works around there.
That's why the others like.
So Jules, try to come over with the shoulder as well as the other leg.
Okay.
Because you'll find you'll bring the hip over easier.
Is it good to have this arm up or?
Just whatever feels comfortable for you, whatever allows you. Because if you bring that shoulder over, that means that's much better. I reckon you'll find that way different at the.
It is.
Yeah. because otherwise the amount of hip rotation you are going to get will be limited by the amount of thoracic rotation you have.
Mhm.
And whilst we're always after trying to gain on thoracic rotation, this isn't the exercise for it.
With this foot, it don't want to stay flat.
An interesting way might be if you've got a corner of a door frame or a corner of the wall, and you can put it up against something hard that stops it turning.
Yeah, like a nook or something like that.
Yeah, for a nook.
Yeah.
Used to dream of having a nook, only for a little while.
Can't see one. Yeah.
How you going with that, Tom?
Okay, I gotta have a corner.
Does that work well? Does it, mate?
It keeps the foot up straight, yes.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Hmm.
Okay.
that's good. That looked a little. Is it easier that way? Do you suspect you've more internal rotation there than?
This way, yes.
Yeah. And ironically, what you might find is that this will help you with your range of external rotation, because ultimately, if you have more internal rotation available, then you can start behind the line that you were starting from previously, which will then offer a greater range of external rotation. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
How's that feel, Timo? That looks like you're
Pretty good.
Yeah, looks like you're getting good effect there, mate. Now, your body's also going to look for rotation wherever it can find it along the chain. So it will look at the ankle, will look at the tibia, and also will look at the knee. And should you start feeling any stress at any of those points or at any points, obviously, you never exercise or move into pain voluntarily.
Mm.
That's all pretty cool. Anyone, any questions on that? So for everyone other than Amber, let's see if that improved internal rotation offers us anything in the breathsel. Everyone can go into a breathsel. Try and think for something that you can fill the gap with here, Amber. Can you? What do you like with the wall stretch or sofa stretch at the minute?
That if I keep that way straight.
As long as you're keeping yourself straight, shouldn't
Yeah.
threaten either of the compromised ligaments.
Oh, yeah.
That's great, that Timo. You have a big breath in, and then as you breathe out, look over that right shoulder, and hopefully that right shoulder should drop a little, and you get that extra bit of thoracic rotation. There's TJ joining us. Hi, TJ. Just into the second movement, mate. So get yourself into a breathsel whenever you can. Nice, Linda. That's great. And looking over that right shoulder might help you a little.
I do.
Yeah, that's it. And just doing what you did then, you can see the shoulder drop, and then therefore you get more thoracic rotation in. That's a great position there. Okay, that is spot on now. Excellent. That's looking better, Gary. That's nice as well, Jules. And everyone can be breathing into the abdomen in this position. Hopefully that will actually keep the range of movement, but ease off the stretch, if that makes any sense.
What's a good amount of time to stay? It's like as long as it's comfortable.
Yeah, yeah. As long as it's comfortable, totally fine.
Yeah.
Most people's idea of stretching, and I suppose you have to look at this as a stretch, although it's stretching a pattern more than it's stretching an individual muscle. People generally see it as, you know, however much time under extreme tension they can put up with or tolerate, when, you know, that is just never the way to go. And it all looks good. TJ, your camera's off, by the way. I don't know if you were aware of that. And once you've done both sides on the breath tunnel and done some of your deep breathing, unless there's any questions, we will go into the pencil roll.
I'll skip that one, sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
We've got you on the on camera, Jules, so you might as well.
Yeah, can I ask Linda, do you not do that? Is it possible because you get dizzy or something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
extremely busy.
yeah, because I do a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So is it good to do, or
What I would suggest,
if it's not too bad, right?
is can you do a pencil roll without momentum? And if you can, practice that, and or aspire to practice that. What we're really looking for is the ability for the body to lock out, and then also lock out while it's moving dynamically. Now, if you know, it's more difficult to move dynamically but slowly, something we touch on reasonably regularly, is because that will spend time in every aspect of the movement, and most often people don't have control in every aspect. So that's why certain movements are easier with a bit of momentum there, because they don't have to spend time in an exposed position. They'll move through it. So if you can perform a pencil roll gracefully but slowly, even better, if your dizziness will tolerate that. And integrate your breathing. That's really good, mate.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
so
when I get to the end, it just gets a little, you know, it's not bad, but it's just a little.
and certainly I would suggest each time it sort of descends on you, just pause and breathe.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's great, mate. Okay, I see you getting in the starters blocks there. You're on camera. Nice.
I still don't have to start on my
Yeah.
side. I can't get going.
You can see a little bit of the leverage coming in on the leg, but it's fine and it's all improving. Yes, that was nice.
It looked good.
Really smooth.
For some reason.
Yeah. But Linda, if you don't want to,
I would throw up when I'll do
yeah,
that.
that's fine. We wouldn't want that on camera. If you can't practice the pencil, see if you can practice the plank for us.
On my elbows?
On your elbows.
Okay.
So, a similar thing as to the pencil roll, which is, can you lock everything out straight and resist resist hyper extension?
Wow.
That's really good. And then, what you can do to, if you look really competent in that, you can.
Not as I used to.
Yeah. But what you would be able to do is, in that position, you can move one foot adjacent to the other and move it back out. Yeah, like that. Now you see how you thrust your backside into the air. If you put yourself at that nice, get that nice plank level there.
Yeah.
And then breathe. You're probably better filling your abdomen with the breath. Yeah, that's really good. No, really good. And it showed you've got the building blocks to start improving on that. Because what I was talking about was just sliding them so that they're adjacent. Really good in there.
Nice one, Linda. That's pretty good.
All right, Gary, let's see what we got, mate. You ready for some pencil rolling? I think you might be better off if you actually just start on your side. I think if you get the control that affords you and allow you to go in and take the momentum and use it, I think you'll get, a bit like that, mate. Well done.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just choking on a single grain of rice. Did you know that an Arab can live for a whole year on a single grain of rice? Oh, sorry, actually, got that mixed up. It's a mosquito. It's because they're next to each other in the dictionary. Mosquito and mosque. Anyone know the famous Peter Cook and Dudley Moore? No? Fair one. Actually, it was Peter Cook and John Cleese. That's that sketch. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Oh, yeah, that actually starts off with an interesting fact about the grasshopper. As it springs all over arable land, which is land that is tilled by Arabs. But anyway, I digress.
That's not a digression. That's like that's like
That's a homage to Peter Cook and Dudley Moore, mate. Right, who have we got next? Well done, Gary. Timor.
I can't get this at all, Steve.
Right.
Have you tried starting the other way, Timor? Because I can't do it unless I start on my side, but go back.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you start, no, Timor.
Yeah.
That looks like you're going to start on the same side, but facing the other direction. If you line up against the bed, but facing the bed, so you'll start with an extension roll rather than a flexion roll.
It's much easier to get going.
One more like this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we're almost there.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, let's see if you learn from that.
Come on.
Yes.
Hey,
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Kay, you're
Got
getting your own
one.
show.
love it.
Awesome, Timo.
Love it.
That was pretty good. Right? Well,
Yeah.
that's a great start.
Almost getting the second turn in there, mate. And I suspected the door wasn't there. You know,
Right?
you might have got it in. Awesome.
Yeah, that's all the door. That's, we'll go with that.
Right, yo. Amber.
Me? All right. All right.
Nice. Really nice, Amber. Even better that it was done slowly. I mean, it's still actual skill being able to coherently translate momentum into the movement. But the fact that you can do it slowly like that shows
Really
really,
good.
really good log rolling skill. Well done.
It's okay.
That's a win, Amber.
Huh?
TJ, Tom. Nice, mate. Awesome.
So smooth.
Yeah.
Well done.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Interestingly, that one little bit of a sticking point there. And then what would that? So that would be right arm, left side extension. Might be nothing. Might be something that correlates. Well done. TJ, are you with us? Either in sound or vision?
Sorry, guys.
Hey.
Sorry about that.
So, how are we with the pencil roll, TJ?
We just got here. Sorry.
Ah, right. That's all right.
Pencil roll.
You could do with watching the video, actually. There's been some minor miracles already. I was choking on a grain of rice, by the way. It wasn't a premeditated intro. It's a bit of Pete and Dud. Were you familiar with any of that, Tom?
No, other than choking is a good skill of mine. I can all kinds of things will make me cough and choke, but
Yeah.
that's the stroke.
They're all expert chokers.
You're welcome to come back to us. Sorry to hold you guys up.
Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. So while it would be great if you can start from your back, you might be better off starting on your side. And so, excellent. Well done. Now, if you want to follow some of Kay's expert advice, the best way to start for you, TJ, would be to start looking towards the Christmas tree side wall on your side, but then, so your first movement is to roll onto your back. So yeah, so get comfortable there. Get comfortable in that position. Get a big breath into the abdomen. And then when you start the rolls, be it on a forced out breath.
Try to control
Good.
Good.
Excellent, TJ. And as you get a little bit more familiar with it, you'll be able to harness that momentum a bit more gracefully, because you could definitely see it was there.
Yeah, feel
it. Are you trying to do the other side again?
it.
You could potentially, TJ, if you bring that right foot past the, I mean, it'll disturb the pencil position, but if you bring that right foot to the camera side of your left leg, that's it. Now you can initiate the movement. When you start, bring that into the pencil position and roll from there. So big breath in, and then that's it. Oh, yes, go on, you've got that. Really good, TJ. Really good. You could definitely see that it was all holding together. Let's do one more from your back.
Good
Let's get on your side, mate. So you start by rolling onto your back. Really good.
Oops.
And you can use a similar strategy with the leg. That's it.
You're not
Well done.
Hey, what are you doing? Don't do that. You're gonna knock down the tree.
Well, the dog's doing anything for the quiet life here. That's good again. Well done, TJ. Next up, unless I've missed anyone, next up is the happy baby roll. And so I'll do that as a group one. So we've still got a bit of time to get everything in that I was after.
Okay.
Yes.
The strap.
Yes. I put them.
Doesn't help.
Nice, TJ. That's a massive improvement, mate. Well, Gary, that's one happy baby, mate. That's it. You use your head. That's it to get the roll, and try to lever those feet. Really good. Excellent. Now, do you see how that was an effective lever of the feet in the way that you pushed hard enough that it broke you, how you were holding on? That was really good, mate. That's good as well. Excellent, Gary. Outstanding. Really good, mate. That's good, Timo. That's really good, in fact. You can exaggerate the head a little more if you wish.
Okay.
And you see how it just immediately makes it smoother and more expansive.
I think you should be trying your hand.
Excellent. Well done. That's good, Tom. You get those feet one of these days, mate. That's nice, Kate. Do you have any bands, Kate? Any
Yeah,
exercise bands?
yeah. What are you thinking? Like,
Well, if
exercise bands?
you put both feet in and then have both hands in the middle, see if you could happy baby roll like that.
Okay. Okay.
This TJ's smashing it here. Excellent. Now use your head to come back. Really good. And use your head to go back the other way. Yes, that's going to go. That's going to go. There you go. Excellent. Well done, mate. You having trouble getting to your feet there, are you, Jules?
I find it hard when I roll to my left to get back up from there.
Yeah.
It's easier going to the right and getting up again.
You use cervical rotation, looking over into the direction you're going to roll.
Yeah.
It can be helpful to get, so start looking fully in the opposite direction, and then as you begin the roll, turn the head then.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see the struggle there.
Yeah. I can kind of get it half the time. It just
Yeah. Try it with when you're in the start position, get a full in breath, and then as you begin the movement, do it with a forced out breath.
Forced out when I want to come up from that side.
Yeah. So if you think you're going to do a 3, 2, 1, go, get yourself set up, full in breath, so the abdomen's fully expanded and everything's locked in position. 3, 2, 1, and have a forced out breath through pursed lips. The pursed lips is important because it makes a more restricted exit, which then means you need to create greater internal force, internal pressure.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't fully. So I do the from here coming up.
Yeah. So you're going to roll onto your left side. You're going to get in the start position and you're going to look over your left shoulder. Then you fully inhale. So if we get to that start position now, then it'll really will help if you can get your hands round, sort of touching the soles of your feet. That's it, like that. Yeah. That's much better, mate.
Yeah, it's more of a compressed.
Yeah, exactly.
Posture,
exactly. And that compression in the spine kicks off a lot of reflexive core stabilization processes. So remember, just pause there, mate. So big full breath in. Look over the left shoulder. And then as you push that out breath, turn and look over the right as you start to initiate the move. And you want to, and the other additional one, you can push out. I'm trying to remember which. Linda, you can tell me.
Oh, sorry.
You know when you use your legs as levers?
Yeah.
Do you pull up on the side you're rolling toward or away from?
I pull this one, the one that's on the ground, I pull it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I pull this one up. Oh, I pull this one up.
Right, so If you're rolling to the left, you pull up on the right, push down on the left.
I roll to the right and I pull up the left. Yeah.
Yeah, and push down with the right.
It's more the pulling up than the pushing down.
Yeah.
So you're almost like pulling yourself round by the leg.
Yeah.
I push it down a bit, but I'm more pulling it up.
It's all part of the sort of oppositional chains. One, like there is never any true rotation in any muscle. It's one side pulling in, one side flexing, the other one extending, and that will then cause the rotation in the joint. You see what I mean? And so if you get one side pulling, the other side pushing, it's exactly that same concept for driving the rotation. That looks really smooth, that, Timo. Nice stuff, mate.
Nice.
Right, so we can finish off the last of the stuff on the ground just with the classic rolling suite. If everyone can just do it with the arm-led rolling, the leg-led rolling, it'll be interesting as to whether or not what we've done today has anyone feeling that they have got any increased competence or otherwise, I suppose. And then we'll be getting into the Indian clubs after that.
Hey.
Almost perfect, that, TJ. Well done. That was a really nice roll, that, Amber. Straighten that axis arm, yes. That's really nice as well.
Thank you.
To push that leg out, excellent. Another near perfect roll there, TJ. Excellent.
Yeah.
Perfect, Timo. Likewise, really relaxed, really graceful. Look at the bend in that leg, K-Mors. It was excellent. Really nice and smooth, Gary. Well done. That's great, Tom. Right, on. Indian clubs next, if anyone's got any to hand. If not, go get them.
But the rolls felt different.
Well, they did they, Linda?
Yeah, the hip on my left side was complaining.
Oh, complaining?
Yeah.
Oh, so it didn't feel different in a good way?
No, not at all.
Fair one.
The first internal roll on the wall, I only felt it in my left hip on both sides. So when on the right side I rolled, I felt it in the left hip and on the
So careful of medicine, do no harm. We've just smashed that to pieces then.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Lynn. Right then. Jules, you want to start with the golf swing, mate? since we're in a rolling pattern. And you can do it either holding both clubs together as one or one, whichever
Right.
feels best to you.
I'll start with one and maybe go to two.
I mean, you still hold it double-handed if you've got two.
Yeah.
I'll swing it. That's it through 6 o'clock, and try to follow through all of the way to the same position. So it. I mean, I think that you're a little bit more like a true golf shot as opposed to the drill. So you want to try to go for symmetry. So you'll start in that fully cocked position, come down through the 6 o'clock, and then rotate into a fully rotated position like that. Excellent, perfect. And if you can,
rather than
yeah. And try to keep in full extension throughout.
Oh.
Yeah. So you keep that tall kneeling posture.
Yeah.
That's good, mate.
I've tried to.
And look for smooth and full range of motion before going for a bit of power.
Yeah.
No, let's see.
What?
No, it says a little better.
That's better, mate. And it's the little bit of the sort of challenge with it is if you can get the knees closer together, you'll get more spinal rotation.
Okay.
But it's obviously more challenging on the balance wise.
Yeah, it's harder on the balance.
Yeah.
What do you?
That's really good, mate. Really good. Linda, let's see how you go.
Yep.
Actually, it seems you have a little bit of a sticky patch just when you
Yeah,
come.
I'm balancing a lot.
Yeah. That's better. That was really nice. That's better. You want to do it at the quickest pace at which you can make it consistent and graceful.
Okay.
Yes, just like that. Yeah, just like that.
It's just one.
Way better.
Cool.
Excellent, Linda. Excellent. Gary. Let's have a look at your golf swing, mate. Don't forget to use your breathing. So that's a big breath in. Okay, mate.
Oh.
You got a second one there. Don't worry. All right, so go into the cocked position nice and slowly. Big breath in as you go. Turn your head to the right, mate, to the right. That's it. And then swing slow through the 6 o'clock all the way around, and then look to your left. Bring it over the shoulder. That's it. So the same as the start position, but looking the other way, and then come back through. That's it. Swing in. That's it.
Great, look at that.
Excellent. And what you can do, Gary, you can assess it sitting back on your heels, so which that will make it far more stable, but potentially a bit more restrictive for range of motion. And then once you're comfortable there, you can then start going up into the tall kneeling position, which will give you more rotation, but will be less inherently stable. You know, but that's a good movement drill for you, mate. Tom. That's really good, mate. Yeah. While it's a challenge to the balance, it can really work on your awareness of your quality within the overall pattern as to whether you're putting your center of gravity over your toes onto your heels or able to keep it coming down through the middle of the foot or feet. Amber, is this one you can do or no?
No, I can't bend my knee.
Yeah.
There. Sorry.
Thought as much.
I'm sorry. No, it did close.
All right, then, Kay.
You saw me trying to grab hold of it, didn't you?
I didn't actually. It was just in the order that the gallery is set up.
Okay.
There was no malice in there at all. You know to always blame misadventure rather than malevolence with me, Kay. You forgive me practicing my alliteration on you.
Nice.
Great. These two-handed exercises are brilliant for you, Kay. There, no one. It was clear that you were going through the range really slowly, but there was nothing that suggested anything about either of the arms. Nothing.
That's good to know, because inside it felt really stretched.
Well, that's good then. That's really good.
Looks smooth.
Timor.
Let's do this.
And I would recommend breathing out in the swing and then in as you go into each of the follow-through positions.
Okay, so in at this point.
Yeah, and then when you start the swing out and then in.
Steve, do the eyes follow the clubs?
Here's Timo. You all right, mate?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, they did like a champ.
that looked really good up until the dismount, like.
Yeah, the bump is a little rough, but it was good. It was good.
That's great, Timo.
Thank you.
Sorry, Jules. What's he asked, mate?
Yeah, I was just asking. Do the eyes follow the line of the clubs, or do they go in front of as such?
Yeah, the eyes follow the clubs because the head and neck will follow the eyes.
Right.
You know, and because the eyes generally need a goal, if you see what I mean, and to sort of like say, oh, just look ahead of where you're going. I don't think that would translate as much to the movement. Right, and is it just TJ on this one? Excellent. Really good. it would be interesting to see if there's any impact on the movement if you actually did put a ball or something to strike in between and ahead of the knees, to see if you could then get that consistent motion each time and go to the same spot. If you've got a
Sure you want that?
I mean, if you've got a ball or maybe some small children, hey, here we go.
Clearly didn't see my game.
Well, we'll give you a few mulligans.
You clear?
Yeah, clear.
Hey, 4.
Steve, I was just wondering, would that work? Would it not be quite the same thing? I was just looking at the cushion on TJ's sofa there.
Yeah.
Whether like if you had like a pad, you know, like a boxer's pad or something.
Yeah.
Like around head height, so you could come around and.
Yeah, it would. Certainly, if you had a bigger surface area to hit, you know, you could get the benefit of a target or a goal in the movement. But the bigger one would then inhibit the movement a little. With having the ball there, you can hit the ball and then follow on through. Now you can see that what actually happened, it did change his pattern a little because you actually loaded up a little bit more, I think, TJ, to give it a little bit of a crack. But then once you've got a little bit of awareness, and then you can, because it's just so much better if a task informs the movement. Now it's clear that you had the scope to swing the club round either side, and then if you could add that little goal directed aspect to it, I think that could be really good. And you know, you hit the ball in the first one, no fresh air swing there, mate. I think that's everyone for the golf swing, isn't it? So we move on to rotating pendulums. And Jules, you've been elected as top of the list. A random way that Zoom does it.
That's the crucifix, isn't it? And then
Breathe in and out. In, out. Excellent, mate.
sorry, is the in breath when you're in the crucifix?
No, the in breath is when you go into rotation.
Oh, okay.
One of the aspects there is if you fill the abdomen with air, you'll sort of gap all of the vertebrae, and you'll hold everything in position, so nothing should go somewhere where it shouldn't, which is the sort of risk when you're moving out of the standard anatomical position, if you see what I mean. And then when you swing back through 6 o'clock to the crucifix, that's an out breath. So in breath, out. In breath, out. It's massively improved, by the way, Jules. Your shoulder height is far more, well, left arm's parallel to the floor, and just a slight bend to the right. Massively improved.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, he's playing spin the bottle there. Yeah. Do you want to, good effort, yours? Do your forward half knee, or your open half kneeling swing? So you want to breathe in when you swing down. Dorsiflexion's great, Kate. I mean, you can actually see it breathing out, whichever one actually works for you best there, I would say.
It's actually easier to breathe in when I move.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because of the aspect of the rotation. And if you move that left foot slightly further forward, that's it. Yeah, see how it stays down now?
Yeah.
Really nice, Kate. Nice.
That's excellent.
Thank you.
Magic, Kate.
Can I go back to playing spin the bottom?
And so even before when, and it was only towards the end that the heel started lifting, the heel was coming up, but it was like in a classic way with anyone does as it comes to an end of a range of dorsiflexion. There was none of the ataxia and or of the of the clonus, as you call it, like, which it is an enormous improvement, isn't it?
It really is huge.
Well done, Bill. Well done.
Thank you.
Timor. Yeah. That was a better braking strategy than before, mate.
I was in a bit, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's awesome, Timo. Awesome.
Thank you.
And is that a no? That's a no for you again, isn't it, Amber?
No.
Yeah.
No for me. Sorry.
TJ.
Inhale energy. Just be inhaling.
Excellent. Try to rotate that left shoulder. So that's it. And then swing back out into the crucifix. No, into the crucifix, mate. That's it.
No, inhale. Inhale.
Now rotate the other way.
Inhale is when you swing back. So blow out. Blow out. And now blow in. Now take a breath. And go. In.
Excellent. Bring that left arm through the 6 o'clock position into the crucifix. Excellent. Really good. Now we're right arm, 6 o'clock. Yeah, that's it. That's great, TJ.
I know.
Twisted person.
Excellent, mate.
Thanks.
What I've always found, I don't know if it's consistent with anyone else, when I was trying to get the pattern correct, I always found that if I just focused on whichever was the front arm going through the 6 o'clock position, if I focused on that, everything else would come together. You know?
Good tip.
Gary. Excellent, mate. I'll turn and look to your, that's it, to the right.
Hard.
Oh, Go into the crucifix. That's it. And you probably benefit, mate, if you hold the clubs a little bit further up, because then they won't scuff into the ground as you come through. That's it. So think about that's it. Well done. Back to the crucifix. Yep. Left arm in front. That's it. Then back to the crucifix. And remember to go through that 6 o'clock position at the front. Yes. And then back out, crucifix. Now left arm through the 6 o'clock. Yes. And then back through the 6 o'clock, crucifix. Well done, Gary. Excellent. Really well done, mate. Linda?
Just on my knees. Sorry.
Oh.
I was a bit unstable before.
Yeah.
So, I'm not used to do it on my knees.
Why did you just hit yourself?
Yeah. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Oh,
So remember that left arm through the 6 o'clock. That's better because it was going a little bit horizontal. It was better. Still could improve. Let's see. Left arm 6 o'clock. Excellent. 6 o'clock on the way back. Yes. That might be a nice one for you to focus on, that, Linda, because it seems to be a little bit of a sticky patch. If you were fluent when that left arm was actually coming across a little bit more horizontal. Then when you focused on putting it through the 6 o'clock, it would stick a little after it had gone through.
okay.
As ever, key question there is hardware or software. Is that because
There are no shoelaces between
yeah. Yeah, hardware, software, or shoelaces.
Yeah.
Well done.
Okay.
Tom, over to you, mate. Try to point them to the ceiling when you go at it, when you go to the crucifix. Well done. Yeah. That one for you to work on is on each of the rotations to try to exhibit a dead point. You know what I mean by a dead point? So the dead point is if you've got a tennis ball in your hand and you throw it up and catch it, you throw it up vertically, it'll go up in the air against gravity. And then the point at which it stops moving, it just hangs there for a moment. It's almost like it stays stationary for a second at its top point and then comes down. Now that top point is called the dead point, or certainly is in climbing. And what you do with the dead point is if you move yourself into a dynamic reach, you move, and then when you're at the dead point, that's where you take advantage to grab on, so you get that split second. And you can use that within the pendulums. And so if you just let the swing go at the pace of gravity and come up, hold at the dead point, and then come down, and it just makes it look really graceful. That's it, mate. And then just focus on it being expansive is all, which is sort of going right through that 6 o'clock and keeping your balance, which is obviously a lot. Yeah, that's really good, mate. Okie doke. That's great. Have I missed anyone for the rotating pendulums? I don't think I have. All righty. Well, I think. Have I? I think that all that is left is just 1 second. And just to play us out, I will hand over to Peter Cook and Dudley and now and John Cleese.
Did you know that you've got 4 miles of tubing in your stomach?
Is that coming through?
I said, did you know that you've got 4 miles of tubing in your stomach?
No, I didn't know that, no.
It's a good thing I'm here then, isn't it? You've got 4 miles of tubing in your stomach, all coiled up very tightly. It has to be coiled up very tightly, otherwise the people in charge would never be able to cram it all in. Of course, it's not any old tubing they use. It's a specialised form of tubing they use. It's called intestines. And it folds up ever so small. And that's how they manage to cram it all in. Aren't you interested in your intestines?
Not particularly.
Well, you should be. You should be. Because without your intestines, you'd be unable to digest. Then you'd look a bit of a fool, wouldn't you? Would you like to see a diagram of your intestines? Got a diagram of your intestines here. Well, it's not actually your intestines, unless it was you what modelled for it. It couldn't have been you what modelled for it, because you have to be dead before you can model for intestines.
Do you?
Yeah, so it's not a very good job to have. Intestinal modelling is not a very good job to have. Not much call for intestinal modelling. See how far it has to go, the food? See how far it has to go? 4 miles at 1 mile an hour. This means none of the food that reaches your stomach is ever really fresh. It's all at least 4 hours old.
Fancy that.
No, I don't fancy that. Thank you very much indeed. I do not fancy that at all. I do not fancy that in the least tiny bit. I'll tell you another interesting fact, though. It's about the whale. Did you know that the whale is not really a fish? It's an insect. And it lives on bananas.
A whale is an insect. I never heard such rubbish.
I know. It's a joke. I will tell you an interesting fact. It's about the grasshopper. The interesting fact about the grasshopper is its disproportionate leaping ability due to its powerful hind legs. Hop, hop, hop it goes, all over arable land. That is land what is actually tilled by Arabs. And I'll tell you the interesting fact about the Arab. The interesting fact about the Arab is he can go for a whole year. He can go for a whole year on 1 grain of rice. Amazing, isn't it? All he needs is 1 grain of rice a year.
A whole year on 1 grain of rice?
No. That's the mosquito. Now I'll get those muddled up because they're next door to each other in the dictionary.
What are?
Mosquito and mosques. But the interesting fact about the
No, nobody's seen that sketch before.
Never.
Haven't seen it.
Peter Cream, an absolute legend.
Genius. Genius.
Yeah. Well, on that note, all, I will bid you good night. And well, let's see. That's going to be.
We're off to get a grain of rice now.
Indeed.
Fun.
Well done, everyone.
Going to be
See you
crawling on Monday. I will see you then.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thanks, guys. Well done.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello.